Hello all, welcome back to Edgemoon Tutorials. In this video, we shall see the conversion of NFA with epsilon moves to an NFA without epsilon moves. So before going to the conversion of that machine, first let us see what is an NFA with epsilon moves. So this is an example of an NFA with epsilon moves where the Q0 state has an epsilon move to Q1. That is, it indicates that from Q0 state without reading any symbol, we can generally traverse to a state called Q1, that is reading an empty symbol. And this is how the table looks like for an NFA with an epsilon moves. So Q0 state has 0 transition to Q0 again, and again 1 transition to Q0, and an epsilon transition to Q1. But whereas Q1 and Q2 doesn't have any epsilon transition, so this is the table for an NFA with epsilon moves. Now in the next example, we shall see how this NFA with epsilon moves can be converted into an NFA without epsilon transition. So now in this example, we take 3 states in the NFA with epsilon transition and let the transition states, that is the input functions, will be like the following transitions shown in the diagram. So the corresponding table for this one, okay, let us write an epsilon transition here. So from C to A there is an epsilon transition. So the diagram corresponding, the transition table corresponding to this diagram looks like the following table. So now we convert this NFA with epsilon moves to an NFA. So firstly we find the epsilon closure for all these states, that is what we call as E closure of all the states, as follows. So for the first state, epsilon closure of A will be like, so without taking any symbol from A, we can be in the same state. So generally epsilon closure of any state itself will be the same state. So epsilon closure of A is A. And for the state B, again epsilon closure of B is, there is nothing in the table given as epsilon closure for B here, but it can remain in the same state. So E closure of B is also again B. Now coming back to the last state, so E closure of C is given as A and C, because from the table you can see that E closure for C is given as A, so epsilon transition, and it can also remain in the same state. So E closure of C is given as A and C. Now let us assume that delta dash be the NFA without epsilon moves for the respective NFA with epsilon moves. So we find the delta dash transition for all the states with the respective input symbols. So delta dash of A on 0 will be given as E closure of delta of A comma 0. So we simplify this one in this table. We can directly write it from the table instead of doing all this here. So we just write it in a shortcut way. Since the epsilon closure of A is only A, now we check that what is A of 0. So from the table we get B and C, that is A of 0 is equal to B and C in the table. So from the table, so we generally write the epsilon closure of B and C also here, because without any symbol you can go to the epsilon closure of B and C after reading the symbol A equal to 0. So that is from the epsilon closure of B is B, and epsilon closure of C is A comma C. So finally it becomes delta dash of A comma 0 is equal to A, B and C. Similarly, if you find that A on 1 from the given table of NFA with epsilon moves, A on 1 is empty, that is 5, so there won't be any possibility here. So simply you can write an empty set, that is 5 here. Now we go with the delta dash of B, the state B. So we write a epsilon closure of B, which is equal to B again. Now B on 0 is equal to C. Therefore we write the epsilon closure of C here. So that indicates B on 0 is equal to A comma C, because epsilon closure of C is equal to A comma C. And B on 1 is not defined in the table, so that indicates it is again null set here. So B on 1 is 5. Therefore delta dash of B comma 0 gives you A comma C, and delta dash of B comma 1 gives you a 5. So we go with the final state, that is C. And since E closure of C is given as A and C from the table, now we find A on 0 and C on 0 here. So A on 0 gives you B and C, but C on 0 gives you the 5. So ignore that C on 0 equal to 5 there. Now we find the epsilon closure of B and C here. So epsilon closure of B is B, and epsilon closure of C is, so finally we get C of 0 is equal to A, B and C. Similarly, when we find C of 1, the epsilon closure of C is A and C. This time A on 1 gives you 5, but C on 1 gets B and C. So when we write the epsilon closure of B and C, again we get B and A comma C. So total it will be A comma B comma C, the set. So now after getting all the delta dash transitions, we can write the table or else directly the transition diagram as follows. So this will be the final diagram for NFA without epsilon moves when we convert an NFA with epsilon moves equivalent to an NFA. So we'll take one more example here. Let us take this example with 3 states Q0, Q1, Q2, where Q0 is the initial state and Q2 is the final state, and there are epsilon transition between Q0 and Q1 and Q1 and Q2 here. So when you find the closure of each state, it looks like E closure of Q0 is given as Q0, Q1, Q2, because from Q0 without reading any symbol you can stay in the same state or you can traverse to Q1, and again from Q1 you can take an epsilon transition go to Q2. So the E closure of Q0 is given as Q0, Q1 and Q2. Similarly, E closure of Q1 is Q1 and Q2, and finally E closure of Q2 is only Q2. And therefore after finally computing the NFA without epsilon moves, we get the following table with the delta transition. Q0 on 0 goes to Q0, Q1, Q2. Q0 on 1 goes to Q1, Q2. Q0 on 2 goes to Q2, and so on. So this is an NFA table without any epsilon moves. So in the next video, we'll go with finite automata with outputs that are Mealy and Muri machines, construction of them, and converting Mealy to Mealy and Mealy to Muri respectively. Thank you all.